Welcome to Ifa Stories, where ancient wisdom meets modern storytelling. Step into the sacred tradition of Ifa, rooted in Yoruba land and shaped through centuries of interaction with neighboring West African cultures and preserved in the Lukumi tradition of the diaspora. Here we engage the Ifa divination corpus, the sacred Odu through which Orúnmìlà reveals insight into destiny and moral order, reflected in the lives of Orisha, Irunmole, Awos, communities, and all who seek guidance. These are not distant myths, but living teachings, bridges between past and present, illuminating responsibility, consequence, and the human path. Honor the wisdom. Reflect on destiny. Journey with us into the heart of Ifa. Subscribe and let the stories speak. Learn more at ifastories.com. Introductory note. This retelling draws on a traditional account as presented in Ifism, Volume 3, The Complete Works of Orúnmìlà, The Odus of Òyèkú Òjúànì, by C. Osamaro Ibi. The narration and commentary in this presentation are original to Ifa Stories. Cinematic narrative of Ifa Stories. The Mother of Rain. Odù Òyèkú Òjúànì. There are stories where destiny is hidden before it is recognized. There are stories where the child who is mocked carries a force greater than the eyes that judged him. This is the story of Ifa Odu, she who covers the face with darkness, the Mother of Rain. It is not only a story about ridicule, it is a story about longing, divination, sacrifice, Eshu's preparation, and the moment when hidden destiny becomes impossible to deny. The story opens in heaven. There, Òyèkú Òjúànì made divination for Ifa Odu, who was known as the Mother of Rain. Before rain was born, there was longing. Before manifestation, there was need. Before the world could see the greatness of the child, divination had already opened the road. At that time, Ifa Odu was desperate to have a child. Her condition was not treated as ordinary desire alone. It entered the sacred order of divination. The divination gave a specific path. Ifa Odu was instructed to make sacrifice with a black sheep, a black garment, plenty of soap, and plenty of cudgels. She was also instructed to give a black he-goat to Eshu. These materials must be heard carefully. They are not decorative objects. They are not a public ritual recipe. They belong to the source-specific ritual structure of this Odu and this story. A sacred chant is preserved near the opening of the narrative. It appears after the divination statement, and it seems to invoke the Odu itself through sound play around Òyèkú Òjúànì. The chant is kept here in its received form. Ifa Oye Wandrin Oye Wandrin Oye Bi Oba Bale Wandrin Ki Oma Wan Irin Bi Obale Wan Irin Si Inu. Ki Oma Wan Irin Si Inu. Akole toriwi pe owan irin mi. Akole sowi pe owan irin si inu. Ki ama pe eni eji oye. A careful interpretive meaning may be heard this way. The chant calls upon Ifa and Oye. It invokes Oye warin mi, the force whose road moves with me. It invokes Oye wanrin mi, the force whose movement presses upon my journey. It invokes Oye Wanrin, the force whose movement carries destiny into being. It asks that the road not become difficult. It asks that the journey remain open. It asks that the inner path not be closed. It asks that no one be able to say, "My journey has been blocked." It asks that no one be able to say, "The road within me has been sealed." And it preserves the sacred name, Odù Òyèkú. This chant prepares the whole story. It speaks of a road that must not be blocked. It speaks of an inner path that must remain open. And this reflects the journey of Ifa Odu. Before Rain is born, her road to motherhood is obstructed. Through divination and sacrifice, Ifa opens that road. But the chant also speaks to Rain. Rain's destiny is hidden inwardly before the world can recognize it outwardly. The people see darkness and ridicule him, but Eshu prepares the hidden road of Rain's destiny to become visible. The black attire becomes the darkness before rain. The soap foam becomes cloud. The cudgels become showers. So the chant is not separate from the story. It is the spiritual key to the story. Before rain can fall, the road must open. Before destiny can be recognized, the inner path must first be prepared. Ifa Odu made the sacrifice. After making the sacrifice, she became pregnant. The story then preserves a divinatory continuation. When this Odù appears at Odu, the person should be told to make a similar sacrifice in order to avoid the risk of childlessness. This instruction is serious. But it remains source-specific. The story does not provide a complete ritual procedure, and it should not be turned into public ritual instruction. Ifa Odu then gave birth to a child called Ojo, Rain. But the child was not welcomed with understanding. Her contemporaries ridiculed her. They mocked her for having a charcoal black child, a child they believed would never do anything tangible. They saw the child's color, but they did not see his destiny. But the child's destiny was hidden inside the very sign they misunderstood. Ifa Odu is not only remembered because she gave birth to rain. She is remembered because she carried longing before manifestation. She endured ridicule before recognition. And she lived to see the hidden destiny of her child revealed before the same community that doubted him. Then the role of Eshu becomes important. Then Eshu entered the movement of the story. Eshu did not appear as a random trickster. Eshu had received the prescribed black he-goat. And after the sacrifice, Eshu prepared Rain for manifestation. He dressed Rain in black attire. He rubbed Rain's face with the foam of soap. He gave Rain several cudgels. What Eshu placed on Rain would later become visible to everyone. The black garment would become the darkness before rain. The foam of soap would become the gathered cloud. The cudgels would become the showers that strike the earth. What had first appeared as ritual material became cosmic sign. What had been hidden in divine preparation became visible in the world. Then rain began to show his power. Heaven darkened. The people wondered what he was about to do. The cloud gathered. The foam on his face began to show. And rain began to strike all and sundry with the cudgels in his hand. He struck friends and foes, old and young, high and low, day and night, trees and animals. Rain did not choose only those who welcomed him. Rain touched all. The story explains the signs directly. The darkness before rain represents the black dress with which Eshu clothed him. The cloud before rain represents the soap foam on his face. The showers of rain represent the cudgels in his hand. Darkness, cloud, showers. The child once mocked became the force that no one could ignore. At that stage, Ifa Odu rejoiced. She understood that she had given birth to a great child. The same child people had mocked was now revealed as a force whose reach extended beyond the household, beyond the community, beyond the voices that once laughed. The story says that because people laughed at rain, it is said that rain has no friends. And because rain beats everyone indiscriminately, his force is still felt by all. Friends and foes, old and young, high and low, trees and animals. Rain's greatness is not private revenge. It is not the anger of a rejected child. It is the revelation of a destiny whose power belongs to the wider world. Rain does not fall only on those who understand him. Rain does not fall only on those who welcome him. Rain reaches everyone. The story closes with further divinatory instruction. At divination for a woman looking for a child, she should be told to make sacrifice. The source says she would give birth to a child whose fame would be felt throughout the face of the earth, and whose greatness would shake the community in which he lives and beyond. This is preserved as source-specific divinatory guidance. It is not a public ritual manual. It belongs to the sacred frame of this Odù and this story. The Mother of Rain teaches that destiny may be hidden before it is revealed. Sacrifice prepares what public sight cannot yet understand. Ishu equips what the world has not yet recognized. A mother's longing becomes the road through which a great force enters the world. And rain, once mocked, becomes the force that reaches everyone. The story of Ifa Odu, she who covers the face with darkness, the mother of rain, is not only a story about a child who was mocked. It is a story about what is carried before destiny is revealed, the weight before release, the darkness before rain. The mother who bears the hidden stage, the child the world misunderstands, and Eshu's guidance, which helps hidden destiny enter visible form. Before rain falls, the sky gathers weight. Clouds begin to collect. The face of heaven becomes covered. The air changes. The atmosphere grows heavy. And only after that heaviness does the rain come. This is also the path of Ifa Odu. Her name may be understood as she who covers the face with darkness. But in this story, darkness is not emptiness. It is not shame. It is not failure. It is the covering before manifestation. It is the hidden weight before destiny is released. Ifa Odu carries longing. She carries the pain of wanting a child. She carries the seriousness of divination. She carries the sacrifice. She carries pregnancy. She carries the public ridicule that comes after her child is born. And she carries a destiny that others cannot yet understand. Her role is not small. She is not only the mother of rain in a biological sense. She is the one who carries the atmosphere before rain enters the world. She carries the hidden stage. She carries the darkness before the sky opens. The story begins with longing, not with ridicule. Before anyone mocks the child, the mother is already seeking a road. Her condition enters the sacred order of divination. Òyèkú Òjúànì makes divination for her. This means that before the child appears to the world, Ifa has already opened the road. Before the people judge the child's appearance, the sacred order has already recognized his coming. This is one of the first teachings of the story. Public sight is not always sacred sight. The world may judge too early, but Ifa sees the road before the world understands the traveler. When Ifa Odu gives birth to Ojo, rain, the people do not welcome him with understanding. They see his charcoal black appearance. They ridicule him. They believe he will never do anything tangible. They see darkness and call it nothing. They see blackness and assume emptiness. But the story reveals that they are wrong. The child's darkness is not a defect. It is not a curse. It is not something to be corrected. It is the first sign of rain. Before rain falls, the sky darkens. Before the showers come, the face of heaven is covered. The people mocked the very sign that announced who the child was. This is where the story can also speak to the modern world. As a contemporary reflection, we may hear this teaching in the way many children are judged before their gifts are understood. Some are judged by skin color, some by language, some by poverty, some by disability, some by cultural background, some by temperament, some by the traditions they carry from their elders. A child may be called strange, difficult, dark, slow, awkward, unlikely to succeed. But the story warns us, a child is not empty because society cannot yet understand the form their destiny takes. Rain was not rejected because he lacked destiny. Rain was rejected because the people could not recognize destiny when it appeared in a form they had already decided to dismiss. Then, a shoe enters the movement of the story. And the timing matters. A shoe enters after the child has already been mocked. This is important. A shoe does not cause the rejection. The rejection comes from the people's limited sight. Here, a shoe's role can be understood as protective because he does not allow rain to remain only as the mocked child. He guides. He prepares. He opens the road of manifestation. In many Ifa narratives, a shoe appears where destiny meets movement, where a road must open, where misunderstanding must be exposed, where something hidden must be brought into visibility. In this story, a shoe prepares rain to become readable to the world according to his destiny. He does not erase what rain is. He reveals what rain already carries. A shoe dresses rain in black attire. He places soap foam upon rain's face. He gives rain cudgels. These actions are not random. They do not change rain into something else. They reveal what rain already is. The black attire becomes the darkness before rain. The soap foam becomes the gathered cloud. The cudgels become the showers that strike the earth. A shoe does not erase rain's darkness. He gives that darkness its form of manifestation. The people see a dark child and laugh. A shoe sees rain. The people see difference and assume failure. A shoe sees a force that must be prepared. The people judge appearance. A shoe activates destiny. The foam on rain's face is especially important. It should not be read as whitening the child. It should not be read as correcting his color. The foam does not cover shame. The foam reveals cloud. It works with the darkness, not against it. Darkness becomes the covered sky. Foam becomes the cloud. Cudgels become showers. Rain becomes release. This is the reversal at the heart of the story. What people mocked becomes meaningful. What they rejected becomes visible. What they thought was emptiness becomes the sign of a force that will reach everyone. Rain moves through hiddenness, divination, sacrifice, birth, ridicule. A shoe's preparation, manifestation, recognition, and teaching. This movement matters because destiny does not always arrive fully understood. Some destinies pass through hiddenness. Some pass through ridicule. Some pass through preparation. Some pass through disruption before their gift is recognized. Rain's early rejection does not define the fullness of his destiny. When rain begins to show his power, heaven darkens, clouds gather, showers fall. Rain touches friends and foes, old and young, high and low. day and night, trees and animals. Rain does not fall only on those who understood him. Rain does not avoid those who mocked him. Rain reaches everyone. This is why rain's greatness is not private revenge. Rain is not simply punishing those who laughed. Rain is revealing a force too large to be controlled by public opinion. Rain is impartial. Rain is not socially owned. Rain cannot be controlled by friendship, status, age, rank, or approval. Rain falls because rain is rain. The story says that because people laughed at rain, rain has no friends. This does not only mean loneliness. It means rain is beyond social favoritism. Rain does not belong to one group. Rain does not serve only those who praise him. Rain does not ask who mocked him and who welcomed him before falling. Rain touches all, and because rain touches all, everyone must eventually recognize him. And when we follow the symbol of rain beyond the moment of impact, the meaning deepens. At first, rain is felt as force. The sky darkens, clouds gather, showers strike the earth. People feel the rain. But after the rain passes, the world is changed. The dust settles, the heat cools, the soil receives water, seeds begin to open, trees are refreshed, animals drink, life continues. So rain is not only a force that strikes, rain is a force that renews. Rain's destiny is not only to be noticed by those who mocked him, rain's destiny is to nourish the world that once failed to understand him. This is one of the most beautiful teachings of the story. Rain is first experienced as disruption, but its deeper gift is renewal. The mocked child becomes necessary. The child who was dismissed becomes the one whose presence allows life to continue. As a contemporary reflection, this also gives the story a powerful cultural meaning. Rain is not born outside tradition. His arrival is prepared through divination, sacrifice, sacred chant, and Eshu's guidance. In modern society, rain can represent the child who carries older traditions into a new time. A child may inherit ancestral customs, traditional language, sacred stories, family discipline, spiritual memory, cultural values. At first, the modern world may call these things old, strange, dark, outdated, unnecessary. But the story teaches that tradition does not have to trap the child in the past. Tradition can prepare the child for the future. The black garment, the soap foam, and the cudgels begin as ritual materials, but later they become weather signs. The old form becomes living movement. Tradition does not remain behind the child. Tradition enters the child. And through the child, tradition becomes rain for a new world. A culture survives when its children are not forced to choose between the ancestors and the future. The child can be rooted in the old road and still bring new rain. The child can carry what came before and still nourish what is coming. At the moment rain's greatness is revealed, Afi Ifa Odu rejoices. Her joy is not simple pride, it is recognition. She understands that what she carried was great. She carried longing. She carried darkness. She carried pregnancy. She carried ridicule. She carried the burden of a child others did not understand. Now she sees that her burden was not empty. What she carried in silence becomes the rain that reaches everyone. Her darkness becomes atmosphere. Her burden becomes release. Her child becomes renewal. The Mother of Rain teaches that darkness may be the first covering of blessing. It teaches that public judgment can be blind. It teaches that the child society mocks may carry a force the world will one day need. It teaches that a shoe can guide hidden destiny into visible form. It teaches that tradition, when carried properly, does not imprison the future. It prepares the future. And it teaches that rain does not come only to strike. Rain comes to renew. They saw a dark child and laughed. They did not know the child's darkness belonged to the sky. They did not know the foam would become cloud. They did not know the cudgels would become showers. They did not know the child they mocked would become the force that touched everyone. And when the rain stopped, the world was not the same. The dust had settled. The soil had opened. The trees had drunk. The animals had returned. The seeds had remembered their purpose. And the mother who carried the darkness finally saw what the darkness had been preparing all along.